Hey, what's going on, everyone? Astrologer Eric Rosen here, my wizard get up for this week's Celestial Conversations from Chaos to Clarity. This is for May 17th to May 13th, 2025. Thanks so much for being here. We're going to go quick this week. There's always a lot going on in the astrology, but there's only a few things really that are, you could kind of say, new this week. The main one being the full moon that's going to be in Scorpio on the 12th. And Mercury coming into Taurus on the 10th. But before I get into that, I do want to say, if you want to book an astrology reading, that link is down below. There's some other cool gadgety links to the ebook, my website, just all the different stuff that I do, the magical stuff. If you're wanting to get unstuck during this time and get out of that cycle and go create that thing, this is the time to do it, because this is like, you can only hit the snooze button so many times on your life before you have to finally transition out of this old world fully that we're moving out of, that is very chaotic and basically connected to trauma and darkness and lust and just all the things that the Scorpio full moon is going to bring up. So this is the time to really start owning the consistency of creating what's more positive and beneficial in your life, your loved ones around you, and seeing into the future of what that is. So if you're a creative, an entrepreneur, a business owner, and you're feeling stuck, you're feeling like, the things that you're doing aren't like working, or like your energy's low, something's off, this is the time to reach out. So with this weekly show, of course, I highlight the basics of what I see, and it is about rising above the chaos to see with more clarity, right? Because the chaos would be getting swept into the status quo narrative of what's going on. So of course, this horoscope is for those that don't want to be connected to that. And, kind of a lot of ways too, with this full moon in Scorpio, like become the average of the people that you spend your time around with. This is going to be kind of a reality check on a spiritual level, to make sure that the people that you're around aren't pieces of shit. And it's not that they're bad or they can't transform. You just have to really have the intuitive evaluation within yourself, and it's going to be pretty potent and evident. And some of them may even excuse themselves, especially if you start creating boundaries of who's not meant to kind of like go on this like next leg of the journey with you, because this is very much practical Taurus energy. It's Taurus season, boots on the ground, plow the fields, like do the good quality work. And so the full moon is like purging the BS. It's purging that shadowy darkness energy of things. It's making a nice trine over to that North Node in Pisces. And so it's not so much about getting like fear-based and charged up about, what other people are doing. It's more just like seeing it with the compassionate lens of things, of what can just gently float away and drift away, and that your energy is going to be much better spent focusing on the dream of what it is that you're creating. And we should very much be focused on that right now. It's North Node in Pisces, remember that. So this really comes down to not getting stuck into this pathologizing, deceitful agendas and issues with people, partnerships. Mercury coming into Taurus is just keep it basic, express what it is that you need, write it down for yourself too, the resources that you need to be creating the better life right now. Ideally, you're already doing that. If not, you're kind of falling off the wagon, and you need to catch up during this time. And this full moon in Scorpio could be a little bit of a smack in the face, right? The moon doesn't necessarily like to be in Scorpio. It's not comfortable there because it's got to face all the shadows, the demons, but it's our own stuff. It's our own psychology. It's it's what we let in, and we don't have to do that. This full moon's also making, I'd say, a beautiful quincunx that's very faded over to Jupiter and Gemini. And so, we're going to be attracting more empowering circumstances into our life the more that we believe in the cause and the potency and the passion of what it is that we're committed to in a very grounded, practical way. The opposite, though, to get hung up in the weird karmic fate of things, would be to be creating some weird negative belief system. And it's focusing on clusters of data that actually tanks the self-worth, tanks the empowerment piece. Full moons in Scorpio are always a time to remind us to like wake up to situations that are disempowering. And so it's, you know, Scorpio, it's like these are money situations, especially when it's like shared resources of things. It's power dynamics, it's sex, it's lust, you know, it's even the place where spiritual parasites that may even be physical can like affect us. So if like you're having a health thing like right now and you're feeling like low energy, you don't have the potency, you don't have the power to do the things that you want to do, first it's like make sure you're doing the right things that actually feel truly in a spiritual alignment, you know, because that could be robbing your energy because you're just doing things and going through the motions. It's not really what you're passionate about. Remember, it is Mars and Leo. And so the next step then would be to get that health thing figured out so that you have the energy to do it. But honestly, like the more you are committed to who you are in just a very basic sense and you're doing the things that you enjoy, it gives vitality. But there's going to be imperfect tweaks around health and that South Node in Virgo. And of course, we are going to see that moon cross over that South Node again this week on the build up to that full moon. So this is about not going too over analytical into the symptoms and trying to fix things. You're not going to perfect your health. Do not create this paradigm that you have to fix your health first to do the thing. It's like, if you're living your purpose, your health gets better. You can't like fix your health and then say that you're going to go live your purpose, because there's a spiritual, more destined alignment to how energy works with that North Node in Pisces that's reflecting that. Sure, make intuitive adjustments with your health that like come from a higher divine source, or it's like serendipitous, you know, it's a message getting passed off from someone. And don't be afraid to invest energy and awareness of like going deeper into that with this full moon in Scorpio, because it's about all hands on deck. You know, it's like, what is it that's like disempowering? Is it a health situation? Is it, you know, if you're in a 9-to-5 job or even running a business that you don't fucking like, right? Like, is it a situation that needs resolution with a person? It could even be a contractual situation. This is all Scorpio stuff, right? So we have to be willing to express what it is that we need to move forward during this time. And that includes the connection to spirit too, very much so. In fact, I would even put that first. It's a communion with spirit. Do the manifestation, you know, rituals, but also know it's not about some perfect system of a ritual too, and the candles and the fucking glow sticks and the fucking dog turds and whatever. It's like, it's the manifesting is happening in every moment based upon the energy current of what you're attracting. So I'm actually gonna pull a card for this week. And if you guys want to get a reading, you want to do some cool shit, click on those links down below. But all in all, it's not a bad week. It might be like a weird bottleneck week like for the collective, but I mean, honestly, like we're moving into such a futuristic territory like now, like for those that walk a spiritual path, that like just that stuff, it's just background noise. It's like you can hear it, but you're not listening. So just remember, you know, it's like that trine to that North Node of Pisces and Scorpio. It can be easy to like kind of get seduced into something that feels very shiny and fulfilling, and it's not. So stay the path, stay the course. So let's see what we got for this week. Well, we got the Ace of Wands reverse, makes sense. So we got to purge the places that we're not passionate with that full moon in Scorpio. We got to go deep, got to go into that Scorpio sacral, just the passion, go into the emotions, figure out what's been making you comfortable but keeping you stuck and keeping the passion suppressed, because that's the thing that's fucking things up. And actually need to commit then deeper to the passion that's under that, and to carry that forward and to like not look back. You know, we'll have plenty of time to look back when we get some retrogrades later this year. So appreciate you all. See you for Celestial Conversations next week.